I want to be your hidden longing, your silent scream. I don't want your comfort. I want to shake your world. I want to be your restless fire, fierce and alive. Partnership is calm. I want to be your roaring storm. I don't want a label. I want your untamed essence. Not a partner, but the wild dream you never speak. I want to be your secret ache, beautiful and painful. I don't want your promises. I want your fearless truth. I want to be your wild pulse, untamed and alive. Partnership is silence. I want to be your screaming heart. I don't want your hand. I want to ignite your soul. Not a partner, but the wildfire that awakens your soul. I want to be your secret craving, your untold story. I don't want your calm. I want your beautiful chaos. I want to be your restless fire, your endless desire. Partnership is safe. I want to be your wild unknown. I don't want to be your partner. I want to be your forever wild. I don't want your presence. I want to be your soul's wildfire unchained. Not your partner, but the fierce longing you never admit aloud. I want to be your midnight fire, burning beyond reason. Partnership feels like chains. I crave to be your wild breath. I don't want your safety. I want your untamed storm. I want to be your secret hunger, fierce and infinite. Not a partner, but the pulse that awakens your deepest desire. I don't want to be held. I want to hold your wild heart. I want to be your beautiful chaos, your restless flame. Partnership is comfort. I want to be your fierce disruption. I don't want your words. I want the truth behind your silence. I want to be your secret addiction, the fire you can't forget. Not a partner, but the wildness your soul craves at midnight. I don't want your promises. I want your raw, exposed soul. I want to be the fire you chase but never catch. Partnership is a script. I want to improvise your wildest dream. I don't want your hands. I want your untamed spirit. I want to be your hidden wildfire, fierce and endless. Not a partner, but the spark that ignites your darkest night. I don't want your calm. I want your soul's wild roar. I want to be your restless flame, burning beyond control. Partnership is a mask. I want to see your naked truth. I don't want your safety. I want your fearless fire. I want to be the wild ache beneath your composed skin. Not a partner, but the secret storm that frees your soul. I don't want your promises. I want your eternal blaze. I want to be your midnight secret, your untold craving. Partnership feels small. I want to be your infinite sky. I don't want your title. I want to be your untamed spirit. I want to be your wildfire, burning bright through all darkness. Not a partner, but the fierce pulse that shakes your world. I don't want your calm. I want your soul's loud thunder. I want to be your secret fire, alive and unstoppable. Partnership is a cage. I want to be your wild flight. I don't want your hand. I want your soul's fierce hunger. I want to be the fire you never admit, but always crave. Not a partner, but the beautiful chaos in your heart's quiet. I don't want your safety. I want your fearless passion. I want to be your wild desire, burning beyond the night. Partnership is silence. I want to be your loudest cry. I don't want your words. I want the soul behind your silence. I want to be your secret storm, fierce and alive. Not a partner, but the wildfire burning deep inside you. I don't want your comfort. I want your wildest truth. I want to be your restless flame, unbound and alive. Partnership feels tame. I want to be your wild revolution. I don't want your presence. I want your soul's raw fire. I want to be the secret craving you never confess. Not a partner, but the wild pulse beneath your calm. I don't want your promises. I want your endless blaze. I want to be your midnight fire, fierce and free. Partnership is quiet. I want to be your roaring storm. I don't want your hand. I want your soul's wild cry. I want to be your beautiful chaos, untamed and alive. Not a partner, but the fire that awakens your soul's hunger. I don't want your calm. I want your fierce passion. I want to be the restless flame inside your heart. Partnership feels safe. I want to be your wild unknown. I don't want your title. I want your untamed desire. I want to be your wildfire, burning through all silence. Not a partner, but the secret storm in your soul. I don't want your promises. I want your fearless fire. I want to be your restless craving, alive and eternal. Partnership is a cage. I want to be your wild breath. I don't want your hand. I want your soul's endless blaze. I want to be the fire you chase but never tame. Not a partner, but the fierce pulse beneath your calm. I don't want your calm. I want your wildest truth. I want to be your midnight fire, burning beyond reason. Partnership feels tame. I want to be your wildest dream. I don't want your presence. I want your soul's wild flame. My dear, I don't want to be your partner. I want to be your wildfire, uncontainable and eternal. I crave not your partnership, but the fierce passion you hide beneath your calm surface. I don't want your promises. I want your soul's raw, unspoken truth. Not a partner, but a revolution in your heart's quiet war. I want to be the storm that shakes your bones, not just the steady rain. Partnership is tame. I want chaos wrapped in your gentle touch. I don't want a contract. I want a confession whispered in the dark. More than a partner, I want to be your secret craving made real. I seek not your hand to hold, but the fire to burn with. Your partner is safe. I want to be your beautiful risk, not the partner who watches. I want the one who burns alongside you. I want to shatter your calm, not fit quietly beside it. I'm not here for a title, but a endless dance. I don't want the anchor. I want to be the wild current. I want to be your undisguised hunger, your untamed desire. Partnership feels small. I want to live inside your wildest dream. Not a partner, but the echo of your most vulnerable truths. I want to be the secret you never speak but always crave. I don't want a label. I want a sacred, burning secret. I'm not here to fit your world. I want to create a new one. I want to be your craving, your restless fire in the night. Partnership is safety. I want the thrill of the unknown. I don't want your arms. I want your soul set free. Not a partner, but the beautiful chaos that rearranges your stars. I want to be your silent storm, breaking everything softly. I don't want the easy path. I want the wild road. Partnership can't contain this fire that lives in my chest. I want to be the secret you never admit but can't resist. Not the partner you expect, but the dream you didn't dare have. I want to be the wild pulse beneath your calm surface. I don't want to be tethered. I want to be your untamed flight. More than a partner, I want to be your soul's secret rebellion. I want to be your unspoken need, the hunger in silence. Partnership feels like a cage. I want to be the wild wind. I don't want just presence. I want to be your electric spark. Not a partner, but the fire that awakens your sleeping heart. I want to be your midnight secret, the longing you never voice. I don't want your comfort. I want your raw, unfiltered truth. I want to be the wild ache beneath your calm exterior. Partnership is quiet. I want to be your loudest heartbeat. I don't want to fit. I want to burst through your expectations. Not a partner, but the wildfire you can't stop feeding. I want to be the shadow you chase, but never catch. I don't want a name. I want to be your endless mystery. I want to be your secret revolution, your quiet storm. Partnership is predictable. I want the beautiful unknown. I don't want your hand. I want to dive into your soul. Not a partner, but the wildness inside you. screaming to be free. I want to be your unspoken prayer, your deepest longing. I don't want to walk beside you. I want to run through fire. Partnership is safety. I want to be your sweet danger. I want to be your silent craving that never fades. I don't want your promises. I want your wildest dreams. Not a partner, but the echo of your most forbidden thoughts. I want to be the wild pulse racing beneath your skin. I don't want your comfort. I want to shake your foundation. I want to be your untamed desire, your endless hunger. Partnership feels like chains. I want to be your wings. I don't want a role. I want to be your unexpected fire, not a partner, but the storm that awakens your soul. I want to be your secret hunger, your midnight confession. I don't want your hand. I want your heart's wildfire. I want to be the wild ache no words can explain. Partnership is quiet. I want to be your screaming silence. I don't want to fit. I want to rewrite your story. Not a partner, but the wildness that saves your soul. I want to be your hidden fire, burning bright in shadows. I don't want your calm. I want to be your chaos. I want to be your restless longing, your beautiful ache. Partnership is a path. I want to be your wild detour. I don't want your label. I want your untamed heart. Not a partner, but the wild pulse beneath your skin. I want to be your silent storm, fierce and unyielding. I don't want your presence. I want your soul's flame. I want to be the secret you never admit, but crave. Partnership feels safe. I want to be your wild danger. I don't want your promises. I want your soul's truth. Not a partner, but the fire that consumes your fears. I want to be your secret rebellion, your quiet wildfire. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. I want to be your unknown desire, burning bright and unashamed. I don't want your hand. I want your soul's wild flame. Not a partner, but the firestorm that changes everything.